Good afternoon. Yesterday we learned in Torah 101 of Likutei Moharan that the names of God are stations of the migration of the light through creation and especially through a human being. We learned the name Yud Kei, Yud, Hey. That name is the name for Chokhmah, wisdom, the right brain. The name Yud Hey Vav Hey, that name is the name for the heart. And the light is coming in through the crown, the Keter, which is Ekye, Aleph K, Yud K, and sometimes it's represented by other names, but the light is coming in through the head, down from the mind into the heart, and then out to the body. So this map of the light through the names teaches us about the flow of energy, not just inside us, but in the entire universe. This is how God develops his world. This is how the tree of life becomes a relevant paradigm structure for all developments of energy. Now, especially the energy we're after, which is the energy of the soul, to bring into the world and do things with. He tells us this is the idea of Bereshit bara. In the beginning, God created what we just discussed. Ki bechinat shenekra reshit bara Elohim. In this level, this idea that in the beginning God created worlds. Remember, worlds are a time, a place, and the revelation of an intention. You're sitting in your living room. That's a place. It's Sunday morning. That's a time. And you have an idea. I want to build a garage. That's an intention. That idea was born there into the physical world. And you're the mobilizer. You're the, the conduit for the idea to enter the world, perhaps. And maybe you won't build the garage, or maybe your son will, and maybe somebody else. I don't know. But to understand the process is very important because it is happening everywhere. Ki Yud, now he tells us the Yud of that first name of God is the Hu HaSeichel Shel Torah. That's the idea of the intelligence of the Torah. What does that mean, the intelligence of the Torah? Well, certainly the Torah is an intelligent book, but it has its own integral intelligence. That intelligence is represented by this little small letter called the Yud. And the Yud is a dot. And the Zohar tells us that the Yud is in every letter. So God's light is the light that's in all the other lights, whether it's the light of your eyes, the light of your mouth, hearing, smell, touching, and feeling. Those are all called lights because they're conduits of information. Okay? And the conduits of information are represented as intelligence, and that all begins with the Yud because the Yud appears everywhere. So it's the intelligence of God that he plants into the eye and the mind and the heart and the ear and the nose, etc. And he's creating a world. Begins with this Yud. And that's the seichel of the Torah. Now, hey, hu oti ot shel Torah. Those are the letters themselves of the Torah. The bet, the resh, the aleph, the shin, the yud, the taf. So, bereshit, those are 6 letters that appear in the Torah. Now, shehu chamisha humshe Torah, and now all the Torah, all the big 5 books of Moses is made of these letters. And they're flowing outward from God's infinite speech. But they have no place to go without letters. Letters are the vessel that captures the light. This is Bechin L'Chamshah Mosotepeh. And how does it capture the light? And how do we bring it into the world? Through what's called the 5 expressions of the mouth. It's really areas of expression. The lips, the tongue, the palate, the garon. These areas are where letters are generated, where our tongue and they all interact together to create the sounds of Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Nun. All those different sounds, those vibrations are being created in our mouth through these 5 letter groups. Is an easier way to understand them. Each of these letter groups depends on, like a bet, b. It's coming out of your lips. Or if you, and that's one group, the bet, the boomaf, bet, mem, pay. See, those are all in one group. Then you have another aha, the aleph, the het, the chaf. Right, those are coming out of the hech, or the lower throat. So the Kabbalah organizes these letters into what are called the motzot peh, the expressions of the mouth. But what they're really doing is taking the infinite light through the letters, and they're being activated by the soul in your breath. And since your breath is carrying your soul is going into the letters. So when I say I love you, you can believe me or not. If I really, really mean it, you're going to feel it and know it. You know, it's like when you watch a movie and you don't believe the actors. It's not a pleasant experience, really, because the whole charm of the movie or the drama is that it seems real, that you're really feeling what's going on. These actors are able to generate the sense of true love or true hate or whatever it is. But we're not trying to do an act here. We're trying to be totally 1,000% true with Hashem in all our words, as best we can. Nobody bats 1,000 in this league, except God. Okay, so don't hang the big thing over your head like if I'm not perfect, I can't do it. No, opposite. Because I'm not perfect, I can. Because I'm not afraid of mistakes. Now, so these 5 letter groups, they're coming from the 5 books, which is the collection of all the primordial letters, right? It's going to get even better. This, Hayinu, he tells us this is Be Yud K and Hashem, Havaya, Tzor Olamim. This is in those 2 names, the name of the wisdom and the name of the heart. And he leads us to the concept we talked about yesterday, this rock of the worlds. The only thing really solid in this world is God. Everything else is fluid and moving and changing all the time. But God is solid. He's the rock of the worlds. He holds it together and we build on him. Ainu ba'Torah shehi bechinat yudkei. So the Torah itself, because it's God's speech, is also something that you can always rely on and always build upon. And the building, so we don't normally think of letters as building blocks, right? But the Sefer Yetzirah tells us that they are. The two letters makes a house because they have walls and a floor and a roof in the shape of a letter. That's a little bit abstract, right? Well, think of it like this. That an idea comes into your brain. It's not even in letters yet. And you think about it. And it starts to take shape. The letters start to take shape in ideas. So what's happening is the light of your idea is looking for a place to express itself into language so that you can take that language and communicate it into the world and tell, the worker, put that block on that block and we're going to have a better doorway. And so we're actually causing a change in the physical world from something that was originally very spiritual. An idea in the brain is a non-physical thing. But through your speech, in communicable language, it takes shape and form. And that shape and form is giving a vessel to your original intention. And your original intention comes out into the world, into many, many awesome, beautiful things. Hopefully. Okay, so when we follow that trail now of that, remember we talked about earlier, the migration of the energy from the mind down to the heart and out into the body, it ends up in your hands and your feet. Makes you go to the hardware store and buy stuff. And it start to build your inner vision of the thing that you want to build. Whatever it is. So when you understand that process, we can refine the process. We can understand the objections and the obstacles that we face in creating. We can understand why we're blocked, or we can understand why we feel cut off. Because all of that depends on this communication flow. So this is a good place to stop right now because we need to meditate on this. And you can catch a live meditation Thursday nights on Web Yeshiva. And hopefully, I'll be doing more live meditations on YouTube. All the best. Have a great day.